students, go ahead and get your hands raised, and we will get going on Tre. First up is Max Baker from the Columbia, Missouri. Go ahead, Max.
Hey, Tre. I guess, what have you seen out of Larry Borum on the offensive line, and what makes him so difficult to go up against? Or, why do you think he's had such success so far?
I mean, if you ever shook Larry's hand, he's a wide dude. So at the same time, he's athletic, and he's a big guy, and he's just technically sound. That's what makes him a great O-lineman for us.
Mitch 40 from Power Mizzou. Go ahead, Mitch.
Tre's watching film of Florida's offense. Obviously, they've been able to move the ball well this season, especially through the air. What makes them a challenge?
I mean, as far as them as a team, I mean, just as we have special players on our team, I mean, they got a couple special players on their team as well. We just got to keep an eye out for them and watch out for the run game.
Eric Blum from the Tribune. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Tre, just how much pride do you take in playing for Mizzou that you're from Columbia? What memories do you have growing up in this city, or now that you're actually playing at Faurot Field?
I mean, living here and watching the high school games and playing in the high school games and watching Mizzou, when I first started getting recruited from them, it means a lot because my family lives up the street. I can't walk in Walmart without somebody saying something. It just feels like family. You know what I mean? It's not just my personal family, but the whole city itself. I mean, it's all love here.
Next up is Ben Arnett from KOMU. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Tre, kind of on that same subject, you grew up watching this program, and now a teammate of yours, Larry Roundtree, is starting to pass some pretty impressive names on the all-time rushing list. You go up against him a lot in practice. How cool is that to see Larry pass names like Brock Olivo, Devin West, Zach Abram, and people that you might have heard about growing up?
I mean, it's different because I didn't know those other guys personally. I know Larry personally, you know what I mean? So it's from a person standpoint and from a football standpoint, it's kind of a different perspective that I have. I mean, on the football perspective, it's amazing seeing him passing those names, and there's a reason why he's passing those names is because Larry puts in the work and he just shows it on the field. And as a person, I mean, if you knew Larry, Larry's a goofy guy. He's a nice guy. So I mean, putting those two together, it's an amazing experience.
Suichi Tirada, Kansas City Star. Go ahead.
Hey, Tre, just wondering, as a D-line, where do you guys feel you guys are at, especially, after the Tennessee game, it was looking rough, but the past few games you guys have played well.
I mean, like I said before, it's just that the D-line as a whole, I mean, we got some guys down, but it just gives opportunity for other guys to step up. And that's if you guys seen practice today, I mean, it's just a lot of guys stepping up, a lot of guys playing hard, a lot of guys being technically sound. And that's why we won against Kentucky. That's why LSU was the way it was. It's because everybody's buying into the system.
Colin O'Brien from Jeff City. Go ahead, Colin.
Hey, Tre. Eli was asked today, Coach Rink was asked today about Larry's success, and he said, some of Larry's success can be attributed to the fact that he's running at the same, or has Tyler Beatty back there with him in the backfield as well, too. Just what about those two guys makes for such an effective 1-2 punch for an offense? I
mean, just as you just said it, a 1-2 punch. Larry the first punch and the second punch you don't see coming, that's Beatty. It's like lightning and thunder. It's a thunderstorm, baby. That's what it is.
Next up is Andrew Kaufman from KMIC. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Tre, just the fact that you guys have had recent success, 2 wins, especially one over a ranked team in LSU. Now you're going to play 10th ranked Florida. Just is it less intimidating, would you say, now, knowing that you guys have had so much success recently? I
mean, it's different when you're hoping for something, and it's different when you're expecting something. We're putting the work in, so the preparation is nice. So we're expecting these wins. Everything that we're doing at practice is showing up out there, on the stage. So it's really not, like when you say like a ranked team like LSU, and then now Kentucky's down, and then now we got to go into Florida. I mean, just we're expecting that everybody's buying in. It's just, it feels like a different breeze coming around here.
Last two here, Bennett Durando from the Post-Dispatch. Go ahead, Bennett.
Trey, after that Tennessee game, it just seemed like the way that they ran against you guys, there was a lot that needed to improve. And then with guys missing against LSU, outlet outlook might not have been great. What has changed in the last couple weeks? What's the biggest change on the D-line, and how would you assess sort of the value of depth on the D-line?
I mean, as a team, I mean, like I said, like everybody's just buying into the system. You know, before you get guys hopping out of gaps and trying to make plays individually. Instead of doing that, we're playing more as a team and making those rally tackles. Like you go back and look at some of the highlight tape, you see a lot of guys. There's so many people around the ball. D linemen, DBs, everybody's around the ball because we're playing as a team. It's not the individual perspective that they have. So everybody's bought into the team.
Peter Ball with The Athletic, go ahead.
Yeah, Eli kind of talked both after the LSU game and Kentucky game about, I guess, those wins building credibility and bringing credibility to what you guys are building as a program. How much easier is it to buy in, like you said, when you're winning games compared to when you're not?
I mean, when we're losing games, it's not like people got their heads down and we just don't believe in coach and we don't believe in the system. When you lose, you go back and you make the corrections that you need to make. And then when you make those corrections and you come back, and then it's time to strap up and play again. That's the thing about football. When you lose one, you always got an opportunity to win one. When you win one, you got an opportunity to lose one. That's the glory of the game.
We got one more. Max Baker, Columbia, Missouri. Go ahead, Max.
Yeah, another offensive line question. Who's been the guy that's surprised you the most this year on the offensive line?
Mike Maeda. Because, I mean, I don't know. Like, when he first came, I mean, he was a smaller guy, but then at the same time, he's filled that position really well. I mean, that center position really well. And he's been playing really good. And the same with Case Cook. I mean, they're all really surprising. I mean, they're all really surprising me as well. But the one that stands out the most to me is Case Cook and Mike Maeda.
All right, that'll do it for Trey. Thank you very much, Trey.
Yes.
We got Mike.